moment we've all been waiting for. Will Billie Eilish hit the sophomore slump, or will she ride higher? Because to me, her first album, which came out in 2018 at this point, which, again, still doesn't even feel like that long ago, like she was just popping off like that, and she still continues to do so in a way. And her new album, Therefore I Am, kind of paints this new picture. Whereas When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go was darker and experimentative. This one followed one particular sound that it wanted to go with, and the album cover seems a little bit more revealing.
Bitch, is that a shoulder?
Not that there is any problem with that. There is my least favorite songs, and I think the first one we're going to talk about is Not My Responsibility. It's a spoken word, which kind of caught me off guard, and I think the meaning of it's good. It's her basically saying, like, it doesn't seem like anybody's satisfied or just too worried about what she's wearing. You know, the first album cycle, it was, oh, well, you guys complained too much because I covered up, and that was mainly because she was still a child at that point. She wasn't a legal adult, so I guess, you know, it made sense. She didn't want people perving on her, and, you know, now that she's of age and adult now, she's wearing more revealing clothes, and people are freaking out because, oh my god, the innocent Billie is, you know, becoming a woman, I guess, in this case, and, you know, I think it's just the spoken word aspect that I really don't like about it, and that little beat track she had behind it really did nothing. Like I said, I think the meaning behind it's good, but overall I just wasn't feeling it that much. Everybody Dies and Male Fantasy also weren't great. Male Fantasy, people are probably going to be like, well, it's because you're a male, and it kind of makes fun or makes an assumption about this fantasy that males want. And no, I just felt like it was a weak finisher. That's really all that it amounts to, a very weak finisher that does nothing to really intrigue me as to wanting to hear more on the album. Then we have OK Tracks, My Future. It came out early last year, and it was alright for me. Like, I felt like there was better tracks, definitely. Then we had Goldwing, which was a short track that kind of starts slow, picks it up, but it ends like that, so you don't really have time to get into it. Lost Cause grew on me a bit. I don't know. I just think the intensity of the song wasn't really there for me in this case. I'll say that. And then the title track, again, for a title track, it was not that impressive, but it was also not horrible either. Which leaves the rest as my favorite. Again, I think she really improved here. Getting Older was a perfect way to kick things off, kind of, again, reminiscing about, you know, now being an adult and as she keeps growing and growing and growing and having to adapt to different things. I Didn't Change My Number was a cool little tune. Billy Bossa Nova. Oxytocin needs to be made a single because that beat, flawless, and just the way it goes altogether, flawless. Halley's Comet, Overheated, another good one. Your Power, which is one of the more, again, softer, soothing type tunes that you would hear from maybe like a Lana Del Rey or something that comes in. NDA, I like it, but I think the chorus could have been better, but in the end, still a very catchy song. And then Therefore I Am, which was actually the first taste, I believe, we got of this album, early last year, and it's still a banger to me, just the way it's able to go, and the chorus is nice, it's fun. So, yeah, I think round 2 for Billie was definitely a big step in the right direction. It showed maturity. Like I said, her debut album to me was just a slog of a bunch of different things that either worked or didn't work. But when she did hit, she hit very well, and I was hoping that she can carry what she did well in her first album into her second album and also be able to better herself. And like I said, it seemed like she had one certain topic she wanted to stick with, and not necessarily one certain sound. She was still experimenting, but she had this idea that she wanted to go with, and she stuck with it, and I think she did a good job here. I give this album a 7.5 out of 10. It was, again, out of a lot of stuff that's come out this year, she definitely did a good job, and I would even say avoided the sophomore slump because her first album did so good. I don't know if she's going to sweep the Grammys this time with this one, but she'll get a couple nods and maybe even a couple wins. So, yeah, that's my review for this thing. You can tell me in the comments below, what do you think of the album? And until then, I will catch you all in the next one.